All right, let's jump right in. We are going to tear down Alex Hormozi's playbook, 100 million leads, and get to the bottom of one of the biggest questions in business. Seriously, this isn't about some fluffy theory. This is about what actually gets results.
And this is it, right? This is the whole ballgame. It's the subtitle of his book for a reason. How in the world do you get a complete stranger, someone who has no idea who you are, to actually want what you're selling? If you can crack this code, you can build an absolute empire.
To really get why this matters, you have to rewind to March 2017. Hormozi's looking at his company's bank accounts, and it's a total catastrophe. He's on the edge of losing everything. This wasn't some abstract business problem for him. It was a real, terrifying, we're about to go under moment.
Now, flash forward just a few years. $46.2 million. That was the valuation of just one of his companies. So what was the one skill that bridged that gap from disaster to, well, this? It was knowing how to get leads. So yeah, this stuff isn't just theory. It really, really works.
So where do you even begin? Well, we start with what Hormozi calls the free playbook. And free doesn't mean no effort. It means you don't need a massive ad budget to get started. It's all about using your time, your hustle, and the resources you already have. Let's dig in.
So there are really two main paths here. First up, you've got warm outreach. This is all about tapping into the network you've already built. Your friends, your contacts, your social media connections. It's the fastest way to get those first few wins. Then on the other side, you have posting content. This one's the long game. It's about building a brand, an audience, something that'll pay you back for years to come.
Okay, so when you're actually doing that warm outreach, what do you say so you don't sound like a slimy salesperson? Hormozi gives us this super simple framework. ACA. Acknowledge, compliment, ask. It's brilliant because it's just human. You listen to what they said, you give them a genuine compliment, and then you ask a question. You're giving before you take, which makes people naturally want to engage.
Now for that other free method, creating content. This all boils down to one simple, powerful idea, the content unit. I want you to think of this as the single atom of all your content. It doesn't matter if it's a short, a tweet, a blog post. If it's designed to grow an audience, it is made of these.
So how do you make one? It's just 3 steps. First, you have to hook them. Grab their attention in the first few seconds. Second, you retain them. You keep them engaged and curious about what's next. And finally, you reward them for their time. You actually deliver on the promise you made in the hook. Simple as that. If your content isn't working, I can almost guarantee you one of these 3 things is broken. All right, so you've gotten the hang of the free methods. Now it's time to pour some gasoline on the fire. This is where we go from talking to people you know to reaching, well, basically everyone else. We're talking cold outreach and paid ads.
Let's be honest, cold outreach can feel a little scary, but the upsides are huge. Think about it. People aren't tired of seeing your message a million times. You can spend all your time crafting one perfect email or call script. And best of all, you're not at the mercy of some algorithm. You can't really get shut down. As long as phones and emails exist, you can keep reaching out.
And what about paid ads? People think it's this super complicated thing, but the core idea is incredibly simple. You are not trying to create hundreds of different ads. Nope. Your job is to find one single ad that works, one winner, and then you pump as much money into it as you possibly can. That's it. Find a winner and scale it to the moon.
But how do you know if an ad is a winner? It's not a guessing game, it's just math. And this is the magic number you need to remember, 3 to 1. This means for every single dollar you spend to get a customer, you need to make at least $3 in profit from them over their lifetime. If you're hitting that 3 to 1 ratio, you've got a green light.
Let's make this real with a quick example. Say you have a $15 a month subscription. After your costs, you make $10 a month in profit. And you find that on average, a customer sticks around for about 10 months. That means each customer is worth $100 in profit to you. So if your ad costs you $30 to get that customer, you're at a 3.3 to 1 ratio. Boom! That is a winning ad you can and should scale like crazy.
So we've got our 4 big strategies: warm outreach, content, cold outreach, and paid ads. But there's this unspoken rule. It's the one thing that underpins all of them. It's the secret sauce that really determines if any of this is actually going to work for you.
This quote here says it all. Quantity has a quality all of its own. It's not just about what you do, it's about how much of it you do. The scale of your effort matters a lot. Hormozi tells this fantastic story about when he tried using flyers to get new members for his gym. He went out, handed them out, got absolutely 0 results, and came to a very logical conclusion. Well, flyers don't work. Sound familiar? We've all been there. So why did he think the whole strategy was a bust? Because this was his total effort. 300 flyers, that's it. He probably spent an afternoon on it, felt like he did a bunch of work, got nothing back, and just threw in the towel. But then he talks to a mentor,
And the mentor tells him that a real test, a real shot, wasn't 300 flyers, it was 5,000. Just look at that difference. It's not even close. His original effort was so small that it was basically guaranteed to fail from the start.
And that's the big lesson here. This is so important. Doing the right thing, but not doing enough of it, is basically the same as doing the wrong thing. Success isn't always some hidden secret. A lot of the time, it's just doing the obvious thing, but at a scale that most people aren't willing to.
Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's boil it all down into a playbook that you can actually use. These are the key things you need to remember to get moving today. These are your 4 pillars of getting leads. Start with warm outreach. That's your low-hanging fruit. At the same time, start planting seeds for the future with valuable content. Then, when you're ready to grow, you can add cold outreach and paid ads to the mix. It's a proven path.
But please, don't forget the master key. Underneath all of this, the one thing that makes it all click is volume. It doesn't matter which strategy you pick. If you want to see real results, you have to do a lot of it. A whole lot more than you probably think.
So, there you have it. The playbook is right here. You have the strategies, you have the secret ingredient, volume. The only thing standing between you and a flood of new leads is actually doing the work. So the only real question left is, what's your next move?